So yeah, we're back, episode 14.
Yeah.
In the 90% finished new studio, I'd say. We're just waiting on the sign now, aren't we? The podcast sign. But yeah, we've been working on getting the new studio finished. We've got another guest, a Leeds fan.
Yeah. Bringing in the big boys at you for the nearly finished studio. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got Joe with us, Leeds fan. We'll be going into a bit more about why he's a Leeds fan, the bad, poor, sad times that he's been through in his life as a Leeds fan. But first off, we've seen obviously Ange sacked and Deitch is in at Forest. I think we were in here Saturday, weren't we, Josh?
Yeah.
Had the Forest game on, and it was like the full-time whistle went, and the first thing you heard was Ange had been sacked.
It was instant.
It was about half an hour before the game ended. The chairman's 2 seats were empty, and you thought, oh, that's a bit ominous.
Oh, right, okay.
So on TV, it was like they were 2-0 down, I think, cuts, and they're thinking, hang on a second. And then there was 15 minutes later?
Did you see the videos? And they were having videos where when Forest had lost or something, that Marinakis stands outside the change room, the players comes in and he high-fives them and stuff, and I was thinking, I wonder if Ange just walked in and he's just given him a oneer and told him to go. Like, I was just
Did I get like 7 million or something though, in like compensation?
From going?
Yeah.
Bloody.
And how long was he there?
Like
Was it like 39
39
days?
days.
Yeah.
They were saying that was
It's like Brian Clough at Leeds.
the shortest one or something, weren't it?
Yeah.
Then I saw one that was like, was it Frank de Boer, and he did like 4 games at Palace, but because he joined in June, he did all the pre-season. So in terms of days, he was like there longer. But yeah,
it makes me cringe, you know, that whole Mr. Marinakis thing that they have to call him. It's horrible, man.
Oh, is that what they have to do?
Yeah, have you not seen him in interviews? And it's like, oh, Mr. Marinakis, Mr. Marinakis.
The Gibbs White one, weren't it, when he nearly left, and then it was like Marinakis was stood there with a gun next to his head, and he's like,
because afterwards they said that they tried to get Edu to do the the post-match stuff after he'd been sacked, and he bottled it, so they reeled out Ryan Yates. He didn't even
I saw
play.
that, I saw that interview. He didn't have a clue.
And he was just going, Mr. Marinakis.
He was like, I came in the change room, Ange did a little talk. I went out, did some run, and came in, and Ange was gone. That's what he said.
Oh, and he had to do everything. It was like TV, radio. It was like, it was loads.
Because he's the captain, isn't he? I think.
Yeah,
so he shoved him out. But like you say, he didn't even play. Like, it's like, it's a strange one. I think even the appointment now, when I was coming in with TalkSport, they were saying, like, obviously when they appointed Ange, they were talking about trophy winning. Now they've appointed
consolidation,
staying in the Premier League in 39 days. It's like gone from we're going to win a trophy to.
But the chairman deserves everything he gets.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to it was driving last week, and they were talking about will Ange be given a chance or won't he be given a chance before the game, and he's just dropped a massive bollock.
Yeah.
By getting rid of Sam Nunes, you know,
it
just doesn't make sense. Just because he has a misunderstanding with the football.
With Edu, yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's all because I think pre-Edu, Nuno used to speak directly to Marinakis, and they had quite a good relationship. Whereas like Edu's come in and basically said, "You can't speak to him. You have to speak to him through me or whatever." It's just.
I feel sorry for the fans again. I mean, Forest, you know, they've like you just said before, they were literally on the verge of nothing. They spent 20 odd years in the first division or the Championship, and they've come up to play great football. They've done everything right last season.
Yeah, they
were hard to beat. Everything that they're not this season.
Yeah,
but you've now gone defensive counter-attacking football manager, expansive open manager. Like what's Deitch going to do?
Defensive, but without the counter-attack.
Just defensive.
I mean, I don't like Ange as a manager personally. You know, I don't like the fact that at Spurs last year he didn't change things, and if that was my team, I'd be really frustrated about that.
Yeah.
But the kid wasn't 39 days. That's not enough. If you're going to change the style of football, he had to basically. It was just a season. It was just a season of survival, wasn't it?
You're playing every 3-4 days, and you're in Europe as well.
And also, they would have won a trophy is it next year or the year after. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
the championship.
Football has gone. I mean, because they've lost Potter as well since the last podcast.
Yeah, Potter's at Sweden now, isn't he? He's the new Sweden manager.
So they mathematically can still qualify for the World Cup, can't they?
They came second in their Nations League group, or they won their Nations League group, so they're in a playoff anyway.
Oh, to get to the World Cup? Oh, you're joking?
Yeah, so they're not out of it because of that. I was reading that.
I just thought it was, I thought the qualifiers were just
it's confusing, isn't it?
It is confusing.
Did you see?
Can't make it easy for us as to beyond. Why not?
Something I didn't put in here that I saw the other day, talking of World Cup. Have you seen? So they bought there was a big campaign about how affordable the tickets are. This is going to be the most affordable World Cup to date.
In America?
$60. Yeah.
Right.
Imagine a stadium. Imagine Newcastle Stadium plan, and the top back 5 seats in the away end. They're the $60 seats.
Oh, you're joking.
Everything else is like
Oh, yeah, so
hundreds
it's not the whole stadium.
No, there's
There's
literally
only a few as
it's
well,
literally
isn't
like this on the stadium plan.
Wow.
Like so, they put that right in the top back corner. And then what they also did was that Infantino, he was like, "We've had enough of touting tickets. So what we're going to do is we've built our own platform, and this is where all the tickets have to be resold through." But what they have said is, it's not just face value. So I can buy a ticket for $2,000, then I can list it for $30,000. And what FIFA take is 15% off the person who buys it and 15% off the person who sells it. So what they've done is
The stock market.
they've basically they've not stopped touting. They've just built their own in-house system to because there was one I saw. It was like, I think it's like Argentina's first game. Someone bought a ticket. The top ticket was $2,500, and it's now being resold for $25,000.
Bloody hell!
So when you think they're going to get 15% off of, they're going to make like $6,000 or something off that one ticket.
Well, where does the money go? The top teams again. So any money that's made.
But FIFA's the most corrupt. Have you watched that Netflix documentary about the corruption in FIFA?
No.
It's amazing.
Well, I mean, I've just seen the news with what's his name, Blatter and stuff like that.
It's just like completely corrupt as hell. It's like, so I don't know what'll happen with that. Then obviously, one thing I had was Liverpool, Man United. We'll come on to that later, but spending 500 million and losing 4 in a row, and if that was any other manager losing 4 in a row, would there be talk of like, is he under pressure?
Yes.
Yeah.
If Ange can go in 39 days and lose, I know he lost 8 games. I think with 5 or 6 of them Premiership games.
Yeah.
It'll be who do Liverpool play next?
Not sure.
If he hadn't won the league last year, he'd be under pressure.
Yeah.
Liverpool
But the thing is, he
played
won the league last year with Klopp's team.
Yeah.
away at
He's
Brentford.
made away to Brentford.
Yeah.
What a great game that is.
Well,
come on, Brentford.
'cause I
Come on,
think-
you bees.
so there was something I saw yesterday, and they were saying like, there's a lot of managers that have won the Premier League in their first season and got sacked in their second season.
Yeah.
I think it was like Conte at Chelsea, came in, won the league. It was like Pellegrini, Ranieri. So you come in, win the league with you've got a team that is established, like Klopp's team. Come in, win the league with Klopp's team, not changing too much. Then you buy your players and have your team.
Why
and
would
then
he
it's like-
change as much as he did? Is it him that's changed that, or is it the people above him that have decided that they want to change
Well, they
that?
have a sporting director, don't they? Who I think is Richard Hughes or something. I think his name is who buys the players. So I don't know, but
when they
is
played
it-
so
is it-
when
is
they
it
played so
changed-
well,
is
when
it
they
changed that much? You know, like you think they've got the same 2 centre backs.
They're
the
missing
last few-
Trent, aren't they?
Yeah,
well,
They're missing
Trent wanted to go, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I mean, but that's what they were saying. Salah's a different player this season because Trent's not there doing whatever he did. But they not only changed Trent, did they? They've obviously brought
But the
in
last few games they've played McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai in midfield, Gakpo on the left. Or the only change has been
Gakpo looked great on there.
the only change has been their striker.
He does, yeah.
The only change has been the striker and the fullbacks. Everyone else has been the same.
Yeah, but bringing Wirtz in though, I think
But
is
he's
a
been
big.
on the bench the last 3 games.
Yeah, but why bring him in? That's what I'm saying. He has changed things because he's brought players
he's
in.
gone back to his
Yeah.
squad and he can't even get them to win a game.
But the difficulty there is when you go back, if you've got players there, it must affect the dressing room.
He just needs to play at a TK, doesn't he?
I think
Stop playing Isaac.
I mean, the TK when he came in looked great as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
But
he
like you
does.
say,
That touch, he's got a great touch.
Gakpo looked.
Gakpo and a TK would be the two I'd be starting with.
But like Gakpo's the one that I've seen the fans saying that, like that's who you drop for Wirtz.
Yeah,
and
they-
stuff
Oh
like
no
this.
way!
It's just like,
He was.
like,
He was
you're joking. It's like
who
if he's
got-
available.
Who
like,
got man of the match on Sunday? Do you know?
well, it wouldn't have been him because we keep saying Maguire, probably.
Probably, but
probably.
Gakpo for me was their best player.
He was Liverpool's best player.
I mean, he hit the
by a
post.
mile.
Wow, yeah,
He
I
hit
was
the
gonna
post
say,
3 times.
yeah.
I mean,
I think
that
when that happened, you knew Man United are probably going to win this, didn't you? When like everything Liverpool did was like,
was it you telling me it was that the last time Man United won at Liverpool was apparently
2016,
Pogba was signed as a junior for Man United, transferred, came back and left. Was it that long?
yeah, it was ages. Yeah,
2016, I think.
this would
Was
have
it
been
Yeah.
this would have been the longest ever run of Man United not winning at Liverpool or something if they wouldn't have won at the
I think
weekend.
when Rooney got the winner, I think.
That's it. He did.
Yeah, yeah.
Rooney got Rooney scored the goal on the last one there.
So do you reckon if he loses another couple of games, there'll be pressure on him?
No,
I mean, he's probably
think
got enough in the bank,
I think Liverpool of old won't react
Nah.
quickly. I think Slot has got until the end of the season.
And he's
unless
like you
he
say, 'cause
loses
he
the
won the
next
league.
10 games,
because he won the league.
and then they'll bring Dalglish back.
They won't panic, will they? I
No.
don't think.
I'd love it.
if
I'd love it.
they finished outside Europe,
Is there a real I want hatred's a strong word, but this season, especially with this sack, are you really wanting them
Oh,
to
yeah, we
fail?
used to hate them.
without doubt.
we all wanted Man United to beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
Whereas before
Yeah.
this season, I'd have never wanted
Yeah.
Man United to win a game ever.
Yeah.
Just at the age thing, though, in the 70s, Liverpool won all the games.
It was the
1-0.
80s in
So
Liverpool,
from
wasn't
my
it?
point of view, I had Liverpool friends who were Liverpool fans. So in the 70s, when they had the good, the Keegans, the Dalglish, Emlyn Hughes, Terry all of that.
Didn't they win a lot?
I
in the
didn't like
80s?
Liverpool in the 70s because they won everything.
Yeah.
I became a Forest fan when Newcastle. I'm not a Forest fan, but I followed Forest.
Yeah.
And then obviously Liverpool were overtaken by Man United. So a lot of the younger people
Of course.
Yeah, 90s.
don't
Man
like,
United, wasn't
don't like Man United. But I think with Isaac going to Liverpool and the way Liverpool did their business.
Do you keep seeing the stuff now? There was some. It's like also just on Twitter, so it's like rumor stuff, fans talking, but they're saying like Liverpool didn't really want Isaac after they bought Etike, but they'd like made promises to him,
Yeah, but
and like he
but-
then went on strike, which like forced.
yeah, but
Yeah.
more
Lots
the
of fans,
fools,
whereas I
more the
think-
fools Liverpool.
Yeah, and in reality, like when you look at it, it's easy to say now, innit? If he'd have
Yeah.
come in and bagged
Yeah,
three
I was gonna say,
hat-tricks
I
in his
don't
first
believe
3
it.
games,
I don't
like
believe- But what's changed? If you think, let's go back to June and July. What did Isaac went on strike? Are you telling me he's still not on strike now?
I know, yeah. I think it's if people were saying because the Newcastle fans started saying. Was like, yeah, you could tell he down tools at the back end of the season because he went through a stage. He was
did.
shit at the back end of the
Yeah,
season
yeah.
for us.
He did, but
But the fans came out on the weekend. They were like, "I'd just like to apologise to Isaac for saying he down tools. He's just shit." It was just like,
He
Yeah,
had
so
a
go
lot
back
of
to
like
Joe's
bad
qu-
patches for us though. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't just the
Yeah,
one.
he
There
was
was
injured.
times where it was
well,
like 7
I
8
always used to
games.
find that it was if he got injured, it would be 3-4 games after he came back from his injury before he got back into
Yeah,
full
yeah.
stroke. So maybe that's what's happening at Liverpool. He needs.
But in answer to Joe's question, yes, I think there's a little bit more
Yeah, of
animosity
course.
between Newcastle and Liverpool. It was always a big game. When we go back to the 4-3s,
4-3s, yeah.
you know, so there was always
Yeah.
that. And also when Dalglish came as our manager, he didn't really do what we'd expected him to do as a manager. And he brought in John Barnes when he was
Rush.
86, Ian Rush when he was 96.
His son.
So there's a little bit of banter there, but yeah, I think Isaac's blotted his copy. I mean, it's just a pity unless we want to get them in a cup
Yeah.
because the atmosphere will be great.
Yeah, it was mad, wasn't it, when
Yeah.
you played them at
Yeah,
St
and
James's
that's what
the other week.
that's what it's
Mental
all
game.
about.
Yeah.
Would you, if we got them in the cup, would you take going out of the cup if it meant that Joelinton got to break both of Isaac's legs at the same
Without a doubt. I don't think Joe Linton's fit enough to do that at the minute, though.
I think he's just saving himself for that
Yeah,
game.
hopefully,
He's just going to play rubbish all
But-
season
but,
until Liverpool play
But it's,
Liverpool.
it's a pity really because we look at Elliot Anderson. I know he's a Geordie lad, but against Forest, the way that the fans and the players and the coaches, Sean Longstaff at Leeds,
Yeah.
after the game finished. I mean, at the end of the day, you're playing enemies. Longstaff at Leeds was brilliant, wasn't he? He was man of the match. He bossed Bruno Tonali and Joe Linton in that game.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. All you want is people to be professional.
Yeah.
And do
The thing
things
is
properly.
like, in reality, if Liverpool would have come in with a £125 million bid for Isaac,
Yeah. Well, they should
and
have just,
Isaac had trained, but he'd kept saying,
yeah.
Yeah.
I've had these promises, I wanted, like, that deal would have happened,
Yeah, of
whether he was
course.
on strike
And
or
people
not.
can
like,
talk about Wissa. As a Newcastle fan, I don't think Wissa's handled himself properly as a Brentford player.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're not condoning what he's done.
Yeah.
As Newcastle fans, I think we're all saying the same thing. It's just unfortunately we've been penalised for the fact he's still bloody injured, isn't he?
Yeah. And then the last one on this, so I've got, obviously we were chatting a bit about the Scottish football situation at the moment. Obviously Celtic lost at the weekend to Dundee, I think, 2-0.
Yeah, it was turned to 2.
Yeah. Rangers have won like 1 in 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like Hearts are obviously bossing it at the top. And I mean, so obviously this season, don't know how much you know, but the guy who owns Brighton is invested in Hearts. So he's a part owner of Hearts. And obviously he does all of their recruitment is data-led recruitment. So they've bought this guy, I think his name's Carlos Braga or something. He was like an unknown guy. They've bought him in. He's top goal scorer in the league. Got
Wow.
like 8 goals, scored 2 at the weekend. He's actually like,
How much are Liverpool going to buy for him? Pay for him?
so it's like, because people were saying he won't be able to do that in Scotland, but it's like, obviously it's very early, but he's come in and He's basically
not
said
just-
that within the next 5 years, Hearts will win the league. He
But
said.
Hearts aren't just win. I mean, the 5. I think the 5
5
points
points
clear.
clear, yeah. Or 4,
And I
yeah,
think
5,
Rangers are 8th.
yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
unheard of.
Rangers.
Yeah.
It's unheard of. But it's going to be interesting from a Rangers point of view how they're going to take to the new. How much time will he get? I mean, is he the right? I don't know if he's the right guy or not, because he seemed to do okay at Sheffield Wednesday, but again,
I saw his record. He
behind
won
the scene-
34, lost 34, drew
but behind
21.
the scenes at Sheffield Wednesday,
There was a lot going
going
on,
on.
He's a good coach, Danny Roll. Obviously,
Yeah.
we were in the Championship when he was at Sheff Wednesday. He did some good things at Sheff Wednesday, but I mean, you can't really gauge how good he is or how bad he is with what was going on behind the scenes.
And the problem in Scotland is it's bloody cold in the winter, you know. I mean, I think that will make a big difference up there.
Well, I think as well, they were saying, like, obviously at Sheffield Wednesday they might lose a game, but because of all the stuff that was going on, the fans never really got on
the
his
fans
back.
were already up against the chairman, weren't
Yeah,
they?
so it's kind of like,
out.
we love the manager, we understand you've got a hard
But
time,
what's-
you're not going to get that at
What's
Rangers.
changed at Rangers? The fans want the board out anyway.
Yeah,
You know.
Well, they're owned now by the same
as you, yeah. it's
company.
Oh, Rangers
like,
are?
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
the
they were
49ers
taking
group
over-
or something,
Yeah,
innit? Yeah.
49ers Enterprises, and they brought in Russell Martin. Obviously, it went bad. They wanted him out. I think he got police escort, didn't he,
Yeah,
out of his
yeah,
last
it's
game.
horrendous.
So they've brought in Danny Roll, but even then, like their appointment, they wanted Gerrard, that fell
Yeah.
through, and then
Muscat,
And you
yeah.
got the kid who was
Yeah.
was it China?
Muscat, yeah.
yeah.
What happened to him? Did he just what?
He said he wanted to finish the season in China,
Yeah, but it's only till November.
but I think because they drew at the weekend, they were like, fuck, we need a manager. I think if they'd have won at the weekend,
But
they'd
it's
have probably
long-term-
kept
but
the
surely it's
caretaker
long-
till...
But surely it's long term. I mean, I think I've read it was 6 weeks to the end of the Chinese season.
Yeah.
But surely you would just. I mean, there's an
Yeah.
international break amongst it as well.
I think it's like they were saying, obviously, they appointed Martin, but Russell Martin's a project manager. He needs like at least a year
Yeah.
to get a football and philosophy through. He's not the right guy for Rangers, but
No.
like in reality, they should have gone all out for Gerrard.
They would have been better getting Ali McCoist in for 3 months.
Yes, or Barry Ferguson. back
Barry,
in.
because why did Barry Ferguson leave? What did
They did. I don't think they. I mean, he beat Celtic, but he didn't. He was still
But again,
dropping
they were
points
still
against.
struggling though. I mean,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
took over a poor team,
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying.
they've
Somewhere
spent a
along the
lot of
line,
money.
your manager's got to be given an opportunity or given a chance.
but I think that's again they went and spent like 20 odd million in the summer.
Well,
of
that's what
money and
That's
stuff.
what Boyd
yeah.
was saying when him and Sutton were sort of having that discussion on Saturday or Sunday. Sunday it was, I think, and he was basically saying that Celtic, Brendan Rodgers is not interested in the Celtic project anymore. He thinks he'd be off.
Yeah, he will at the end of the
You know?
season, 100%.
But where's he going to go?
He'll end up getting a Prem job.
Yeah, I think so.
He won't leave Celtic for a job. He'll leave Celtic being unemployed.
But you
and
say a
then
Prem job. Just if you look at the division at the moment,
Yeah.
you know, where's he going to get a job in the next 3 months?
he won't go. He
I mean,
won't
Sunderland
leave.
are
He
doing
won't.
well. Leeds are doing well.
He
You know,
won't.
teams that you would have expected.
He
to
won't go
struggle
till the
because
end of the
they've come up.
season. He won't go till the end
I
of the
wouldn't
season.
have Brendan
His
Rodgers.
contract runs out at the end of the season. He won't sign a new one.
Yeah.
He'll leave. The fans will hate the board. Fucking Ange will go
will Ange
back.
go back?
Yeah.
Ange will go back.
It's a shout.
You know, and then it will just be like, because I saw a thing. It was saying with Celtic, it was like they've the money they've recouped from player sales, all the money they've got, and they've spent like next to nothing.
Yeah.
But they're not spending money
I
because they know that they can 9 times out of 10 win
I mean,
the league
could-
without having to spend any money.
Could you name apart from the goalkeeper Schmeichel? Could you name McGregor? I'm trying to think. Can you name 4 or 5 Celtic players?
No.
Yeah, I probably could. 'cause
I
I
can't.
follow quite a lot of.
Because you're sad.
Yeah,
Can you name 4 or 5 Rangers players?
yeah,
4 or 5 Hearts players?
probably 4.
Hibernian,
No, yeah. Oh, actually,
Kilmarnock,
Junior Hoylett plays for Hibernian.
St
now, I
Mirren.
think.
But that's the problem. Years ago, there was a bit more. I don't know what it was. Was there more interest? Yeah, interest is probably a good word.
Probably exposure as well.
But I
isn't
think
it, you know?
I feel a bit sorry for Scottish football because I think it's unfair that the winners of their title have to go into a qualifier for
Yeah.
the Champions League.
To be fair, the pub I go to back at home, they're all Hibs fans.
Are they?
Like they go to a couple of games
Games,
every year. Yeah.
And they have got. I mean, obviously Celtic have got a massive following.
And
But
Rangers.
I think that I've always said that's unfair for Scottish football. I'm sure there's other countries in the world where it happens, but if you think about, you know, the following that Celtic have or Rangers have, or even Hearts or Hibs, and Aberdeen, it doesn't seem fair that they have to go through.
Especially when you think that it's normally always Rangers or Celtic, and even their like European pedigree is like
Yeah.
fucking crazy good, isn't it?
I mean,
You know,
Celtic
it's
did
like-
okay in the Champions League last season,
yeah,
and
not
Rangers
so much.
had a good run as well, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I think it was
in the
Rangers
UEFA.
the Rangers get to the final of
Yeah,
the
under
Europa
Gerrard,
League. Yeah.
under Gerrard, I
'Cause,
think.
Was it? I think it was Van Bronckhorst, wasn't it? I think, and they lost to Glasner's Stuttgart.
Did
Frank
Gerrard leave halfway through? Then did he go?
and
to
then Van
Villa?
Bronckhorst
Right,
took
okay.
It's
over.
interesting
Yeah.
talking about someone like Rodgers getting a Premiership job. Where does someone like Gerrard fit in? If he's turned down the Rangers job, do you think there's a job
He'll
on
get-
the horizon? Is
he'll-
it Wrexham?
No, Rangers. When this when this guy messes up, it'll be the.
Because
He's just all the talk is that tax situation, isn't it? The reason he didn't take the job is because if he takes employment within an 18-month period of earning all that money in Saudi, he has to pay tax on all the Saudi money that he earned in the UK.
Really?
So that's the
Well,
reason.
why go for the interview?
Because he probably went in saying, "You cover my tax.
Yeah, of course.
You cover my tax, and I'll take the job." You know, and they've gone, "We ain't got any money left, mate. Sorry, we spent 10 million on the."
So he can't take the Wrexham job?
No.
Yet.
Well, they might have the money to pay it. So I think he's just biding his time probably until
He's had
they
a
have-
stinking time though since Villa, hasn't he? I don't even think it went well in Saudi.
No, it
did
didn't.
But he
I
didn't.
never followed
he
it, but I
didn't
think he
have
struggled.
one of the clubs with the like mega money.
Yeah, but
his
he has some
wasn't-
canny players.
Yeah, but
Henderson.
compared to the others, yeah. Oh, he had Genie
See,
Wijnaldum.
did
They
you
had Ronaldo.
You see Ronaldo's goal at the weekend?
Yeah.
He missed a penalty, and then he picked the ball up just outside the 18-yard box, and it was top right. That was world
Have you seen
class.
their team now? They've got that João Felix, who all of a sudden looks like
Oh, the kid that was at Chelsea?
yeah, but he's like obviously playing in Saudi at like 25, and he's like he's got like his third hat trick or something. He's played like 8 games. They've got that Kingsley Coman
Yeah, that's
from
crazy.
Bayern. Then they've got Mane. Like they've literally got like
Is Mane still playing now?
they've
then?
literally got like an incredible. They've got like 4 or 5 forward players who are all amazing. Then they've got like 4 Saudi defenders and like a
And what's the
Brazilian
rule in Saudi?
goalie.
Have you got to have so many Saudi players? Or you?
Yeah, I think I'm not 100% on it, but all of them have like
Yeah.
a certain amount of Saudi players. But then you go down the league, so you have like Al Nasser, Al Hilal, the one who Ivan Toney plays for.
Big Al.
There's like 4 teams that are like owned by PIF,
Right.
and they all have the like
Mega
world class players. And then you get down to a few, and then there'll be like
Is this?
there's a team full of Saudis with like the odd one Brazilian guy in it.
So have we got this for the next 8 years until the World Cup in 2034? Is
What's
this why
that?
Saudi are investing all the money in the player and because of the next World Cup? Is it 2034 the World
Yeah,
Cup?
they want to basically become like a place
But
where
what happened to when you think of Qatar? You know, the World Cup was there. Was it
the last one.
The
yeah.
last one. What's that? Was this football still being played there? Or I don't know.
Yeah, there's because I think it was Firmino's left Saudi and gone to Qatar.
Qatar.
So I think it's similar, but it just doesn't get the exposure
Right,
that the Saudi one gets, does it?
I know most of them stadiums are just like derelict now, aren't they? After spending all that money.
Well, I think they were
But
in
if-
the middle of the desert. The
Yeah,
ones in
yeah.
Qatar, literally,
But
it would be sand, dodgy road, stadium.
Let's
Yeah.
be
The
realistic.
infrastructure was-
The only reason that Saudi gets all the exposure it gets is because Ronaldo's there.
Yeah.
If Ronaldo was in Qatar, it would have all the exposure.
Yeah.
If Ronaldo wasn't in Saudi, it would. If all the other players were there, but Ronaldo wasn't, it would still get a little bit of exposure, but it would be nowhere near what it is.
Yeah.
It's the same as obviously MLS has had a lot of exposure for ages, but you go on social media now, you can go on Twitter and you see loads of MLS stuff because of Messi. You see loads of Saudi
True.
stuff because of Ronaldo. They're
Yeah.
just like the pull they have is just
Yeah, to be
like,
fair, like when Beckham went to the MLS, that was the first time we kind of saw the MLS
then
over here.
when
No,
he
you say you're
stopped-
wrong. When
No.
George Best, Rodney Marsh went to the MLS in the 70s or 80s, that's when I first became aware of soccer.
But I think it is like when Messi leaves the MLS, there'll be a drop off.
Yeah.
When Ronaldo, I mean, he's going to be like 58 still playing in somewhere, and do you know what I mean? He's like a freak.
You're right though, because this weekend it was all over social media, that Speed and Ronaldo, and they were
Yeah.
doing some sort of clap or something, and that was everywhere.
Yes,
Everywhere.
that Speed guy was in the stand playing
Yeah.
the drum,
Yeah.
like the fan
Above my
drum.
head. What's this? Who's Speed?
I show Speed. He's like a streamer, like
Right.
really
Yeah, man.
famous guy. He loves
I thought you
Ronaldo.
meant Gary Speed.
That'd be impressive. But he was playing the drum and he couldn't get the beat right, so Ronaldo's on the pitch
Are you
showing
joking?
him how to
Oh
do it
my
and stuff.
God.
Like it's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Mad.
All right, Joe. So let's we'll go in to find out a bit more about yourself. So obviously you're a Leeds fan. How long have you been a Leeds fan? How did you become a Leeds fan? How
Yeah. Growing up, I'm from Halifax, which is a town in West Yorkshire. Leeds, pride of Yorkshire, biggest team in Yorkshire, etc., etc. obviously we were doing well at the time.
What year did you start supporting? Or what start following them?
So I was born 88.
Just it was the
Juniors.
Billy Bremner look there.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I thought you might
My
be
dog's called Billy as well, you know. Yeah, I don't know, about 6, 7, you know, like
Right.
just in junior school as you do. Like my older brothers were Leeds fans.
Would Howard Wilkinson be the manager then, or?
Yeah, I would have said so. 91, 92. Yeah, I've still
Yeah.
got my brother's shorts and stuff from that era. To be fair,
That was when you won the league.
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Just
They were
before
so,
the Prem started.
but they were
wasn't it?
so close to, because that was one of the early seasons of the Premiership in the early 90s. You got so close to winning.
Because you won the
that-
league the year before the Prem
That
started.
was it,
that
was
was
it?
it.
Yeah,
91,
yeah,
92.
91.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a book at home, The Last True English Champions, because that was like before the Premier League and all that money. Because I think the following season we went a full season without winning one away game.
Right.
So like we were one of the worst defenders of the title ever, I think. But obviously it was Premier League, new money and all that stuff. But yeah, growing up, just all my mates were like, you know, you were talking earlier about the 90s. They were all like Man United fans and stuff, which I could never get my head around because the War of the Roses, Yorkshire, Lancashire,
yeah.
red, white, you know, I could never understand it. But yeah,
Yeah, you would have thought there would have been Liverpool fans as opposed to Man United fans.
it's
wouldn't you?
mad.
It's
Glory.
mad. It's glory. Yeah, yeah.
Glory supporting in it. So, yeah, was like sort of my avenue into Leeds. It's mad because I had nothing growing up, man. We on a council estate. My mum, 4 boys, single parents. I didn't
Tell us who
really
your
get
mum
to
fancy.
go.
Tell us who your mum.
Oh yeah, mum was a big Alan Shearer fan. She did like Shearer. But yeah, so I didn't really get to go to games when I was a young'un or out like that. It wasn't until I started to earn my own money that I got to go to the footy. But yeah, Leeds United was just always like ingrained in us, I guess, and it's just something that.
So did you follow Leeds because they were the biggest club in Yorkshire?
Yeah, I
There
would
was
say
there was no family.
No, like my
Brothers,
brothers,
brothers.
my
Your
older
brothers,
brothers. Yeah, my dad wasn't around, so yeah, but and just the older generation in my area were more so Leeds fans. So yeah,
Dirty
it was
Leeds
just
fans.
dirty Leeds, man. We love that tag though, right?
That's a great tag. That
Did
is.
you
it
watch?
brings
the,
us-
did you watch the
brings-
Brian Clough film? With,
Yeah, of course.
That was good.
Yeah, it's
good.
good. It's
But
good.
Historically as well, because you're too young. And I'm just a little bit too young, for that, but it was Leeds. You watch some of the clips from the early 70s, Leeds versus Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of those tackles,
Yeah.
dirty Leeds tackles.
Well,
Because
we
we got
still-
in the lines because Jack Jarlton, obviously
Yeah.
from the northeast, was a big player.
Of course, yeah. We still sing about Chelsea
Yeah.
because of that, and,
Yeah.
and they do the same, obviously, back to the 70s and the FA Cup. I think it got re-refed. They re-refed
Yeah,
it.
they
and
left it, and we
it's-
know there were
Yeah,
4
yeah.
players left on the pitch or
There's
something.
like 4 red cards.
Like Chopper
yeah.
Harris or whatever his name was for
Yeah.
Chelsea was tackling, and
Yeah,
Peter
mad.
Lorimer,
Yeah,
and
mad.
Big Jack had his black book.
It was mad. Different time on it. Yeah.
They've always had a good following, Leeds. I mean, who was the chairman that wrecked the club? Peter.
Peter Risdale.
Yeah, and I'm saying wrecked the club, but I mean his financial. I mean, I think it was his financial.
Oh,
sort
yeah,
of-
it was.
didn't he?
Because
Yeah.
you had players like, I remember David O'Leary was your centre half at the time because he'd come from
No.
Arsenal, I think.
No,
hadn't he?
he was the
manager. He was the
yeah,
manager,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he got all the money to spend, really.
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah, yeah.
And
Well,
you had that young team with Michael
Smith.
Bridges, you had Lee Boy, you had
Yeah.
Speed, you had
Smith.
Batty, Smith, Alan Smith.
Yeah.
we had, yeah, you're right, and but then they just went dingy with the money. Do you know what I mean? So like, there's Seth Johnson. I don't.
Yeah,
Seth
Seth
Johnson.
Aye.
He said he came in and him and his agent had said, "Oh, we'll ask for X amount." And they sat down and Risdale had already like tripled it and said,
I
"Oh,
think
we'll
I
give
saw
you
that,
that."
yeah.
And they were like, well, "Right, okay, away
thanks
we
very
go."
much,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think they were just throwing money at it willy nilly, and then obviously had banked on us getting into Champions League, European football. We miss out, and then we can't
Because
pay.
wasn't it you got in, then they spunked all the money.
Yeah.
And,
And
then
then-
you didn't get in again.
Yeah,
and it was
that's
like,
But you
right,
crumbled. How did I say you crumbled? The financial side of it,
Just-
the whole team crumbled
Yeah,
very
yeah.
quickly because
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's how we ended up with Lee Boy. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
know,
they
you
all,
had- you-
yeah, they
just
all
were
left.
not desperate, but
Yeah.
you had to finance stuff, and players were
Yeah.
going for lots of money quickly.
Yeah, it was started with, I think Ferdinand went, didn't he? Ferdinand
Yeah, I
went to
forgot
Man
he-
United,
yeah.
30 million, and then it all
But-
just spiralled
'cause
from
obviously
there.
Cantona played for Leeds as well.
Yeah, he did.
didn't
Yeah, yeah,
People
yeah.
see- I mean, I know Cantona's had a good career at Man United, but he was a big,
'Cause wasn't
big
that-
star
didn't
Man
that come
United.
around? Didn't Leeds rang Man United or something about a player.
Ferguson rang about someone else, and then
Ended up with Cantona.
Really?
It was like, yeah, so it wasn't even who he came for.
Yeah.
at
And
the
it was
start.
£1 million, which was a lot of money in the time, but for Cantona it was nout.
Yeah, if you
Insane.
think now, like, what you'd
Yeah.
pay for an Eric Cantona now, like.
They reckon on there's an old wives' tale that he was knocking off Leslie Ash, which was Lee.
Ferguson was.
No,
bloody hell.
Cantona was knocking off Leslie Ash, which
Right.
was Lee Sharp's wife, who
That's
was the
right.
captain at Leeds United at the time.
Right, okay.
But it's an old wives' tale. You don't know how true it is, but yeah. So
Probably.
So if Cantona went to Man United for £1 million, did anyone go from Man United to Leeds or not?
over what
You got
in
Sharp
that
in it.
transfer? Yeah, no, I don't know if
No?
it involved in that transfer, but we did get Lee Sharp. Obviously, we've had Strachan off them in the past.
Yeah.
Irwin was at Leeds as well for a period.
What, did he
Dennis
go there?
Irwin. Yeah, it was started there and
You
then.
used to have in that time you had a great. Was it? I'm thinking, who was one of your fullbacks?
Ian Hart,
Ian
Gary
Hart.
Kelly.
Gary
What a
Kelly.
player Ian
Then
Hart was.
Ian Hart's free kicks. He was
Yeah,
class.
he was
Yeah.
unbelievable
Different
for Leeds.
gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a very good team
He
for
has
a
some good
period.
players.
But I think now, like, I know we all hate FFP, PSR and stuff. But had that have been about when Leeds, maybe we wouldn't have had to go to
Yeah,
League
yeah.
One and
You'd
then
have
have
probably
to-
won. You'd have probably won stuff with that.
Do you know what I
young
mean?
Squad
So-
you had back then, yeah.
It's because we obviously went all the way down to League One, minus 15-point deduction. Then it took us over a decade to get back, and you
Yeah.
just think that wouldn't be allowed to happen in
No.
today's football. As bad as it, like, you can't just spend your money, and it's frustrating that you should be able to do that. But at the same time, look what happened to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's
So-
lots of teams have done
I
that, haven't
think
they?
I think he even
Capitulated in the time.
yeah.
so we did obviously the biggest transfers thing on the last podcast
Yeah.
for Newcastle.
Wow. Yeah.
When you actually look at it, we've spent a lot of money. I think that when I look back now, the gripe with it isn't so much what we're allowed to spend; it's the fact that the Cartel Six
Yeah. have
are
done-
allowed to spend
yeah.
so much more.
Oh,
Like, you know,
yeah.
because of their revenues and stuff. If it was capped that they were only allowed to spend what we're allowed to spend,
Well,
it would make the transfer market so much fairer. Like,
Yeah.
so it's either let everyone spend what they spend,
Yeah.
or make them spend what
But it's
everyone
not
else
just
can
about the spend,
yeah.
is it? About if it's like the Etihad Stadium. If they can get £100 million sponsorship, why can't other football teams do the
Yeah.
same? You know, it's
Yeah.
that's unfair.
There was something they were talking about, a new thing that's been proposed is going to vote in November over around PSR. It's like a replacement for PSR, which is where every club in the league can spend, it was like 5 times whatever the lowest placed team get
Right.
paid. So say like you come 20th and you earn 120 million, it means 500 or 600 million, let's just say for argument's sake. That's what everyone in the league is allowed to spend on wages, all these different things. So what it will do then is, what we're saying is, it will drag them top teams back down to everyone else.
But they'll have
It will never get voted in.
they'll have a get out of jail card. I mean, there's Man City at the moment. Have they been fined yet?
No.
Have they?
It's
Have
a
they?
joke.
You know, they're 2015 or 16
Charges.
misdemeanors. Have they been?
It's laughable, innit? Because we had what's his face, Scruffy Jim saying Man United were going to be skint. Do you
In a
remember?
month.
Like,
Yeah.
If
you
we
know,
don't
we
sack
were
them,
going
we'll
out
be
of
like-
business.
Yeah,
The
got
next
us-
thing you know, they've got this massive stadium. Oh, this
Yeah.
is what we're going to
Yeah.
build.
And then
And
they
I-
go and spend 200 odd million in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
transfers
Yeah,
in the summer
literally.
without
Yeah.
selling anyone.
Yeah, and the whole thing of like, the North needs a Wembley. No, it doesn't need
Yeah.
your Wembley.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Because
Like,
the last
what
thing
you
we
going-
want
If
to
you're
do
gonna
as
do it-
Newcastle fans, that you want to do as Leeds fans, is to
Go
go
to
to Old Trafford
Manchester.
or whatever
Yeah,
it's called, or go to
exactly.
Manchester.
Oh,
And if
let's
you are
go
going to
to
build one
Wembley.
in the north, put it in the proper fucking north.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not the
exactly.
fucking west.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
It's like-
Exactly.
Yeah,
Can't stand it.
I think the thing with, like you say, with Leeds as well, and it's probably when you become a Leeds fan, because of how the fans are, it's
Yeah, yeah.
super infectious and stuff.
Course.
It's like you get hooked really quickly,
Yeah, yeah.
don't you?
They're a
And
big club.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like you say, it's all about the fans and about the passion.
But it's
Like
like,
Leeds is that it's one of those stadiums when you go to Elland Road, you feel that you feel intimidated
I think-
as an away team going there.
I think, like you say as well, because of the dirty Leeds thing, and that's something that you get thrown at you since.
yeah, people think it's an
Yeah.
insult, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
like something.
It
like-
actually brings people together, and obviously there's the Leeds salute, which if you see a Leeds
What's the
fan,
Leeds
it's
salute?
just
Come on, show us.
one this Leeds. You know what I mean? Just 3 pumps to the chest, but that's something you'll see in the street. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And you'll do it to one another. So I think it is, like you say, everyone hates us. We don't care. Like,
Yeah.
it's that kind of vibe. You
Good.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like
Fucking-
obviously I didn't grow up here, but support Newcastle.
Yeah.
My dad would bring me up to Newcastle once. I supported Newcastle, so I only supported them because my brother supported Liverpool, would try and make me support Liverpool. When I could read the TV, when I was old enough to read the TV, Newcastle beat Liverpool, so to have a fight, I'd be like, I support them now.
Yeah.
And then I followed them through spite, and then obviously Newcastle signed Alan Shearer, and I think every young kid just loved Alan Shearer because he scored loads of goals. So from then it was like I was cemented with it, and I'd say to my dad, like, I remember when the lottery was on, the jackpot was 15 million. And that would be like, I'd say, Dad, if we win the lottery, can we buy Alan Shearer? So it was like 15 million that Newcastle had bought him for. And he was like, I mean, we could buy him some, but I don't know if we'd be able to pay his wages.
Just have him kicking about in back garden.
But it was like, then once my dad would take me up on the train. And then once you got up here, my dad would always say to me, like, it's just infectious because the people are just, because being from down south, from Norwich and stuff like that, like, people just aren't as friendly as they are up north and social. Like, you know, we weren't from round here, and I remember we stayed in a bed and breakfast up Barrack.
Oh, yeah, Barrack Road, yeah.
I'm talking like, this would have been like 95. And there was a guy staying in the hotel who was on trial as a goalkeeper. Right. And he gave me his address and said, send me a photo and I'll get it signed by all the players. So I sent him a photo. My dad sent him a photo of me with all my football trophies from back home. 2 weeks later, he sent it back. It had been signed by all the players.
Then? Come on.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, shit. You know what I mean?
No fucking idea.
So do you know what, though? You make a good point, because obviously, being a Leeds fan, we don't have any sort of like direct rivals. Obviously, we have Huddersfield, Bradford, all these teams. No,
but in Yorkshire, they all have the
rivals. But we don't have that same sort of like passion towards them as is Man United and Chelsea. But when I moved to the northeast and worked in Sunderland, I really realised what a derby was about. Because I'd never experienced it as a Leeds fan, because you're not.
So is the Man United Leeds thing just to do with the War of the Roses?
It's just really, and just. Yeah, Yorkshire, Lancashire.
Because I mean, up north, as in Newcastle and Sunderland and Middlesbrough, they always talk about when Sunderland and Newcastle weren't in the first division of the Premiership, it was always our local derby is Middlesbrough and Leeds, and it's like, no, it's not.
No, yeah.
To be honest, they're trying to do that with the borough. They're trying to their local derby is Leeds. It's like, no, it's not.
Well, when I first moved to the northeast, I lived in Middlesbrough for a bit, and they were all like, we can't stack. I was like, I don't.
Why?
What are you going on about? I didn't genuinely not know that there was a rivalry there. It's certainly one-sided. But working in Sunderland, that whole week leading up to it, I'd have people coming up to me at work going out for the derby day. I was like, no, but why are you? You don't follow football.
No.
But it's derby day. Yeah. You got to go out for derby day. This would be females, So I was like, right, this is what a derby is supposed to be like. You know?
It's like people say. It's like, if the result goes your way, you're buzzing for like 2-3 weeks.
Totally.
But if it doesn't, you're like, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to leave the house. Like.
But I think the dirty Leeds thing for me brings back memories of like Don Revie, obviously Brian Clough. The people hated Leeds because of the style of football they played.
Yeah,
that's how that's.
I don't think they get nowhere near as much praise for that.
No, you're totally right. Yeah. Well, the way the team he picked and the players, because he basically moulded that team together with the players.
Of course. That he had. And then he went and got the England job, and I think he was taking.
Everyone was taking
backhanders, weren't he, Revie? So I think the whole.
But that film, I forgot what it's called now.
Damned United.
Damned United. Yeah. Honestly, the acting in it's great. The story's great, and I think it's quite a true sort of resemblance of what happened.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite Leeds players?
What, from that era?
No, from your if someone said to you, right, Joe, top 5 Leeds players.
Yeah, so I'm a big, and he played for your lot as well. I love David Batty. Yeah, I do love David Batty. I tell a funny story, man. When we was at school, we used to play, obviously, you'll know yourselves, we used to play at lunchtime, and we'd all be a player.
Jeff didn't get lunchtime.
We got dinner time. We didn't have lunch, man. How pot are you lot? Lunch?
No, but like
we
David Batty.
Dinner and tea?
Yeah. I used to do like his signature, man. It's funny as I'd be like, I'd be David Batty and I'd pretend to do his signature. It was daft, really.
Could write them Halifax
with a quill, mate. With a quill. Yes, I like David Batty. Obviously, my era, it's hard, but I idolised him growing up. But Alan Smith.
Yeah.
think
He was a
everyone
local
loved
lad
Alan
as well,
Smith,
wasn't he,
didn't
Alan Smith, before he went to
Yeah,
Man U?
and then
the
he
problem was
went
when
to
he went to Man U, that's when it all got
That's-
tainted, didn't it?
That's the thing. He went to Manchester United, which left a sour taste. Calvin Phillips as well in more recent times.
When he went to Man City, that was him done, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As a player.
I thought he'd have done well, if I'm being totally honest, but I just think it was a lightning in a bottle with Bielsa. Sometimes you know that it just worked for him.
Certain managers for certain players and stuff.
He'd never played in the 6 before. Bielsa came and said, "You're a 6," and he was like, "What?" Season before he was playing in the 10, scoring goals. And then Bielsa moulded him as a 6, and like Pep's even said, I couldn't get him to do what Bielsa did. So, but yeah, there's probably a theme, like local lads done good. Do you know what I mean? They're all local lads. Pablo Hernandez was amazing as well, just in that championship era. Mark Viduka, Lucas Radebe, from that era. I know I can't speak on him. I was just going to say, I know you'll want to speak about the Australian, but he went to that team in Turkey that.
Yes.
So I don't anyway. Some still do, but for me, he's a Judas and can get
that?
Harry Kewell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went to Turkey. That was after Liverpool?
Yeah.
Did he go from Liverpool to Leeds? Or Leeds
No, Leeds, Liverpool, and then he went there. And he said they're the best fans in the world, which he was there the night that obviously that happened when two Leeds fans lost their lives.
I beg your pardon. Right,
yeah. So some still speak well of him, but for me, I don't.
Yeah.
And his missus was in Emmerdale for.
Wasn't there something recently with a Leeds player or an ex-Leeds player or something like? Didn't the missus put a shirt on the kid or something?
Yes, that was Eve. No, was it Ethan Ampadu? No, it wasn't. Who was it?
It was something, weren't it? Like they were like,
might have been Ampadu, yeah. But I think his missus has.
She's like Turkish or something, isn't she?
Yeah.
Right.
And
she'd like put I think like her whole family obviously support them or something, and she'd put an Instagram post up with the kid in the shirt.
And I think he'd had to distance himself from it, saying like, I don't know if she'd done it in a
spiteful way or what.
Yeah, that's what
it came
was
across.
being
It
said.
looked like that.
Yeah, which is proper shit, isn't it? Like, be like, please take that down. Why have you done that?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And you got a tattoo, haven't you? Were telling us.
Yeah, Marcelo Bielsa. Yeah.
He's got no bucket.
Yeah. Do you know what? Right, the guy, he sort of ruined football for me. As mad as it sounds, he came in and it wasn't just. It's the best brand of football I've ever seen us play. Even the O'Leary, and I've heard people who were there round for Revy. He came in and this squad of players that was going nowhere, that didn't really have a right to ever play Premier League football. And I remember the first game against Stoke, we battered them 4-1. They had, all these top players that had just come down from Prem. Crouch was there and stuff. And the football was just unbelievable. But not only that, the guy...
He got it, didn't he? He just got it.
Man, he just...
But he cheated because he had all them drones, didn't he?
He didn't have drones, man.
But he just he did the thing where he embedded himself in the area. He lived above
it. Was it a laundrette or something like that?
Yeah, he lived above a shop, mate. A sweet shop in Weatherby.
I wish he could have spoke better English because I would have
He
felt...
could speak English though.
Right.
He just doesn't like the media, mate, and how they twist things. That's what I mean. It's all...
I think just to butt in on that, it's like when we're talking about the media, did you see the Klopp was on the High Performance podcast or whatever, and they were asking him like, would you come back as a manager? Right. And he was basically saying like, I don't miss the media.
Yeah, I think
he was like, he said how they act, how they twist things. Yeah. He said the fact you have to do 2 games a week, you're doing 3 press conferences for the 2 games, then like 12 interviews for all the other.
And you don't see that, do you? Because you see one interview with like Eddie Howe as an example, but what you don't realise is he's probably done another 12.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah. Like he'd paid fines and all sorts of Bielsa, to not do them. But in the Premier League, I think it's a lot more like you must, so he had to do them, but he could speak English, mate, to be honest. Just
all I was going to say was because from my point of view, you never got to know the manager on TV. That's when the time was in Newcastle fan, you'd see him, so you couldn't feel. I knew he was passionate about football, but I
think it's part of his mystique though, probably as well, to be honest.
It definitely made him who he like, especially for fans of other clubs that didn't see him all the time. you're a little bit like, oh, this
Well,
guy's like.
because he was different, wasn't he? I mean, the fact that he sat on the bunker watching the match, I think it's hilarious, but it's in a good way. You know,
He'd
he
have
did it his
smoked,
way,
he'd
didn't
have
he?
smoked 30 fags watching the game if he could as well, wouldn't he? Like,
He walked to and from training every day.
Yeah,
Like
well,
this-
you said he was embodied himself into the
Yeah, of
into
course.
the team. Yeah,
and like even when they were training at the start, like when he first came in, he made them go litter picking
that's right.
to know what it takes
To-
a normal
Because they want X amount of money.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
how did it change? You said at the beginning there.
Yeah, sort of,
football.
yeah, but because it became like I don't know, a love affair. It was romantic, you know what I mean? Everything was pure,
Yeah.
you know. It wasn't, and then when he'd gone, and we got lumbered with that daft American Jesse Marsh talking about like every single player was the best
Who was
player.
American, full stop. So what does he know about football?
Yeah.
Exactly. You've gone from one extreme to another. I
Well, this
suppose,
is the
haven't you?
thing. But he would say like, "Oh, this guy's the best trainer I've ever trained with," and then everything was just amazing. Do
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? And it
Yeah.
was like, this is just bullshit. And then he would, we would play with no width. Like there was someone did a tour once, and on the training room wall was like these non-negotiables, and one of them was like minimal width and stuff, and they would just play, and he would say the goals are in the middle. He tried to say that the chip to the back post is something that only ever happens in England and all that. It was just like, yeah, so from that point
He got you relegated, didn't he?
he was sacked. I mean, he sort of kept us up on the final day, but it wasn't through him, man. It was through Rafinha. It was through the players that were on the pitch that day, not
Did he go
him.
from Leeds to Barcelona?
Who, Rafinha? Yeah. That's the worry with this season. We don't have that X Factor player because he was.
Sean Longstaff?
He's good. He's workman like.
He works hard.
He does, man.
He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a good player.
Yeah, man. I said this. You know, he hasn't come from his boyhood club to see Leeds United get relegated.
No.
He's come to.
He could have. I mean, I'm not saying he could have done, but you think because to be fair, I think he was a valued member of our squad.
Yeah,
He
of course.
and I think he also more or less said he didn't want to leave for nothing. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that was the case, but that's
No, that's right. Yeah.
Because you know, and he's a good player.
Yeah.
and obviously, did you play football, get into football, any of that when you were younger? And
I played just, but I think best I played was my district. I played for Calderdale, but not to a decent level, mate. No, you know what I mean. I was just, I enjoyed.
Rugby league.
Nah, to be honest, I tried. Do you know what? I tried rugby league though as well. My mate's dad had a team, Queensbury they were, but yeah, that wasn't for me either. I remember getting handed off to face, man, and just.
I'm just checking his nose out to see how
Yeah,
straight his nose is. You know what I mean?
Mate, I got one to face once. I said, yeah, never again. That's
I
not
went to
for
watch
me.
the Leeds Rhinos at Christ. The noise when those blokes tackle, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
don't
Rugby.
blame
I
you.
loved rugby when I was younger.
Yeah, but you're from
'cause
Norwich. You would have like rugby union down there, wouldn't it?
Well, rugby was
Having
just,
your lunch,
but rugby was just fun because when you were younger, it was about how fast you were,
right?
and as you got older, it was about how big you were. So it's like I think when you got to like 15 and you started playing, you'd look at the other team and be like, yeah, this doesn't look so fun now. It's
I used to
like
hate rugby.
Yeah.
I remember they used to put me out on the wing, and I remember Gary Campbell, big fat kid. I had the ball, and he came towards. I just chucked it up, and I thought, like, that's it.
Would it have been Union or League for
It
you?
would have been Union up here.
Yeah, I was gonna
Posh
say.
Rugby Union.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Rugby League really was just in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
It was only rugby.
And Salford.
Yeah, it was well. I'm
Wigan.
saying just in Yorkshire, but it would have just been that sort of
Yeah.
neck of the woods, wouldn't it?
Of course.
We
yeah.
never had any rugby league. I think have we got a rugby league team up here now? The Red Bulls or something? Or those Red Bulls Union?
we've got the
Red Bulls is union. We do
Union,
have a rugby union up here though. It's getting
Yeah,
bigger because
yeah.
they do the Magic Weekend. At
Yeah,
St.
and that's the
James's,
daft
don't
thing.
they?
That's the daft thing from a rugby league point of view. St James's Park has basically become like the mecca of not the mecca, but it's because I think they used to go to Old Trafford, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And they went Murrayfield and stuff. It's been everywhere.
But
yeah.
they come to St James's all the time, don't they?
It's a good place for it,
And it's
though,
great.
isn't it? Right
It's
in the
great
middle of
because
the
you're on the
town.
metro. If you're coming into town or whatever,
Yeah.
you see you've got fans staying out in Whitley Bay up in the West End. It's brilliant. It's good.
and obviously you cover Leeds basically for your job now, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
So do you want to give us a bit of a
Yeah,
how that
lucky
came
man.
around
I
and
won't
stuff?
lie to you. Yeah, so I've got a season ticket, and I was going week in week out, and one of my friends had a podcast, All Leeds TV. They just wanted someone to interview after the games. So I did that for a bit, and then it went well, and I just wanted to have more control over it myself because I like to speak about more than just Leeds, although it's heavily focused on Leeds. So then I just set up my own YouTube channel. I've been doing it for a few years now, and yeah, man, it's paying the bills. I mean, and I don't have to work full time.
Yeah.
So I'm
You just
loving
gotta
it.
watch West Ham sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I watched them versus Brentford last night just to see. But yeah, it's good, man.
So do you just cover when you're doing like your watch-alongs and stuff? Is it just the Leeds games
Yeah,
that you'll do?
but if, let's say, for example, you know, like I did Monday night football because Brentford and West Ham, I believe, will be involved in the relegation battle. So, and we play West Ham on Friday, so it's a case of let's have a look what they've got and see what we've got to be worried about. And then, you know, if you've got Super Sunday and there's some big games on, I'll do them as well. Just because I've built like a little community, really.
Yeah.
And people like to tune in and watch along with me, and we have a laugh. And yeah, like last night, I mean, we were doing some quizzes, to be honest, because the game was pretty packed.
It was, yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it was all right, man.
I think,
It's
like
good.
you say, it's the kind of, if you're going to be watching the game anyway, what's the difference with sticking a camera on and
Well,
doing-
I suppose in your case it'd be like watching with your mates. I suppose
Exactly,
in
yeah.
the community, you've started to get the
100%.
regulars coming in and the
Do
likes.
you know the mad thing is, on my demographics, the highest age range is between 55 and 65
Right,
that
bloody hell.
watch, which is mad. Which I find
You
insane.
and
Not
Jeff?
me for you, cheeky
Yeah.
bit. Okay, well,
I got a
I'm
new
not watching
fan.
any dirty Leeds shit, I tell you.
You're not the old man anymore anyway. You're the
I'm
middle-aged
middle-aged
man.
Yeah. No, that is funny from a demographic point of view,
Yeah,
because
it's
you would have
mad.
thought
Yeah.
that you would have had like a younger...
Yeah. The younger ones, nah, they're not interested. It's
But I think
They probably support Man United, these younger ones, don't they?
but we even find with the comments and stuff on like the more positive, like just normal people comments come from the older demographic where people are like, oh, I really,
Which I
I
find-
enjoyed that and that was great. Whereas the younger people are just like, you know nothing about football, zero ball knowledge.
Well, we don't because we're losing our memory, man.
Yeah,
Right.
but also people just don't understand the like a blind ranking. Like people will watch a blind ranking video
Yeah.
and then they'll go, oh, you put, why is he doing an 8th? It's like, well, I only had 8 left. You know, it's literally the only place I had left. I had no choice but to put them in 8. You know, it's like,
So what plans have you got for your podcasts that you've got? Is it much of the same or...
Yeah, much of the same, mate. I'd love something like this. When he was talking about renting out the space, I might have to have a conversation.
do it, mate, do it.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll have Leeds rates.
nah, something like this would be quality. But again, it's all expense in it, you know, yourselves, kit and stuff
Yeah,
like
totally.
that. It's all expensive. But
Did it take you a while to work out what worked for you?
Yeah.
In the sense of like the type of content that you were
Yeah.
creating and that type of
Yeah,
stuff?
definitely, because I think as well sometimes I can spend, you know, time editing stuff myself or even paying someone to do my editing and put a lot of time into it and nobody bloody watches.
Yeah.
And
Literally.
it's like, what is
Yeah,
the
you stuck
point?
yourself because you know what people are going to watch.
To be honest, I have someone that helps me with it now because
Right.
I'm pretty rubbish with it, I won't lie. But again, sometimes I can put money into that, ask someone to do it for me, and I'd have just been better off just sitting like this. So it depends, really.
Yeah.
You know, I've tried to do vlogs before, like I went to London the other week to do something for William Hill and vlog that, and you take all these clips and, oh, this will look good, and then just no one.
Yeah, it's
What's it
crazy,
up?
isn't it?
It
It's
is mad,
frustrating.
especially when you do it as regular as you're doing it.
Yeah.
And the same with you, Shane. And you think you know what people are going to watch.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
What about other people's podcasts? Do you get involved? Do you watch those? See those?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love. To be honest, I don't watch TV anymore. I don't watch films. I don't have the attention span for it. I don't know what's happened over time. I used to be able to read books. Now I couldn't think of no worse. I think with us phones and that, it's probably
Yeah, it is.
changed. We need it like
You must have seen
instant.
Happy Valley though, if it's from Halifax.
Yeah, I watched Happy Valley. Yeah, of course I did. Top notch. But yeah, I think football YouTube for me and football content podcasts from my left and stuff. I love stuff like that. Because fan media for me is where it's at.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I think in general, it like real person media,
100%.
news and stuff in general is taking over, isn't it? Then,
Yeah.
you know, like who watches anything super mainstream? Like who wants to listen to fucking Jamie Carragher talk about Liverpool?
Oh God.
You know,
Well,
it'll
again,
be
you're
like
right.
it'll be
I think-
Brentford and West Ham, and we have to do an hour before the game on Liverpool.
Yeah,
You know, you're
100%.
just like,
It'll be interesting to see if those mainstream shows change the way that they're actually.
well, they are because
Yeah.
now you know you think Soccer AM died, and now you
Yeah.
have football YouTubers on Sky
Yeah.
before games and
Yeah, so I'm
do it.
saying that, but from Sky's point of view, and TNT's, will they change the? Because at the moment they haven't changed.
So these I'm part of the Finalysis starting 11 now, which is something that Sky have brought in, and it's a new app that's going to rival relax. They hope anyway. And I've been on Sky a couple of times now, so what they'll do after the games is bring you on and you'll chat to Jay Bothroyd and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I do believe that Sky and these places are realising we need to tap into that, because
Yeah, you
that's
see a
the
lot
way-
more things where
yeah.
they're
I
bringing
think it's
fans
like-
on now.
Yeah. Which
Like-
you've got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when, what they have in the studio, because I think a lot of older people's argument is always like, when I'm watching the game, I want to hear thoughts, criticism, feedback from a Roy Keane.
Yeah.
Somebody who's played at the top level. That's what I pay my 60 quid a month for Sky to hear that. And I think it's right, but you don't want super biased people. Like, if you look at Roy Keane, he's the biggest critic of Man United, but he'll also be positive, like
But
he
it'd
was
be
at the
interesting
weekend.
to have
and all.
Roy Keane and a fan on that
Thing,
in
yeah,
that
yeah.
scenario. I mean, I like watching Roy Keane because I like his comments. I like Ian Wright.
Yeah.
I like Shearer.
I just think it's frustrating for us fans when you watch and you hear someone say, "Oh yeah, well they've been missing him," and it's like, well, no, we haven't, because he hasn't played for Leeds
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
It's
And you
like
get-
you
that's
don't
what- that's what
actually.
I mean.
It's sometimes lazy analysis,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Awesome.
Like, yeah.
Well, again, because you're only seeing one aspect. You're seeing the professional capacity, where what you want is the fans out there know just as much about their
Yeah,
local team
100%.
or their own team.
Well, the amount of times, like, we've gone to games and we'll, like, when Newcastle have been playing, and we've sat there and gone, how long did we sit there saying Tonali needs to play the six? not
Yeah,
Bruno?
100%.
And it was like
100%.
a common thing in the whole stadium.
Yeah.
Everyone was
Well,
like,
at the beginning,
Tonali is the six. He's
Yeah.
got more legs. He's better at the six. And then it was like, all of a sudden it happened and we went on like a massive run and we were unreal. And it was like, everyone's kind of sat there going, did we know more than the...
Yeah, but
than
but if you think about you and me together, I know absolutely diddly squat about you being football.
Yeah.
You, for whatever reasons, know everything about everything, even Scottish football, and I'm sure you do as well, Joe. With obviously the different things that you get involved in, but that's what you want. You want to hear opinions from all avenues.
All avenues, yeah. I think it's like my knowledge of football comes from two things. It's absorbing media, like you're saying, from different
And
people.
living in Norwich with nothing else to do but just
Playing Football Manager.
yeah.
That's
Like
how
you
I know.
said.
That's how I know about loads of players from loads of different places and
Even
teams
FIFA
and,
as well is the
Yeah,
same, man.
It
Even
is.
FIFA, yeah.
that's how you learn all those type of stuff. So what's your thought? Obviously, Daniel Farke was the old Norwich manager. What were your thoughts on him? Because there was talk of him getting sacked after getting you promoted and stuff. Wasn't
I don't know. Yeah, I like him. I've really warmed to him. I rate him. There's certain sections of the fan base that haven't, and therefore, the already talk of, he's got to win on Friday, otherwise it'll be curtains and stuff, which I think's wild. I think for the last 2 seasons in the Championship, we got 190 points. Which is insane.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
And you
insane.
started all right. Really,
Yeah,
haven't you?
exactly,
I mean, I know
man.
you had a bad result at the weekend.
Yeah, but we were better than Bournemouth. We were winning 2-1 last minute laps. They score. The Fulham game, we gift them a goal. We end up
Was that
losing.
the own goal?
Yeah,
It's a freak thing, wasn't
Spurs, we were decent. I know we lost.
Really didn't win that one.
I know, but then it's like all that there. We've had the international break. We get beat 2-0 by Burnley, and everyone's like, right, he needs to change formation. He needs dropping. It's like, just relax a little bit. A new manager coming in, where we're supposed to be.
it? Yeah.
We're not.
I mean,
Well, I
it's
think
not-
you're lucky as well. Not lucky, but you don't need to act so rash, because a lot of there's 6 or 7, 8 teams down the bottom.
Yeah.
Whereas previous seasons it had
When
been
teams
you,
have been
Burnley, and
promoted.
Sunderland
Yeah.
sat down
Yeah.
there with no one else.
And if you think Sunderland have had a great start, Leeds have had an all right start. Burnley, out of the 3, have probably had the worst start. And I know they got the result at the weekend. But as you say, Shane, there's other teams down there that we thought Brentford
look
might
now.
be down there, and they're not. But Wolves are,
Yeah.
West
Forest.
Ham are, Forest are struggling.
West
Oh, it's
West
definitely
Ham.
going to be like one of the best relegation battles we'll see for like years. This one.
I agree.
There's
Let's
so
hope
many
we don't get
teams.
dragged into it.
Yeah.
How well
But I
is
think-
it that Keith Andrews doing?
He's doing
by the way?
brilliant.
But
I
so
can't stand him.
I know he's annoying as hell.
Can't stand him.
But what I'll say is, how much difference does this make where Thomas Frank left,
Yep.
and they just brought in a guy that worked under him to just continue doing what
exactly.
he did?
Yeah.
Do you know,
And
it's
that's
like-
what you say about somebody like the manager of Leeds. Why would you sack somebody
Yeah.
after the result against Burnley? Because whoever you bring in, they've got to start
Big
from
Ange.
scratch.
We've got the worst. We've got the worst attack in the league.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know what people are
Worse than Burnley.
expecting. Well, maybe on par with Burnley. Maybe on par. But that's what we're dealing with, right? So, like, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's got the third most shots on target in the league, behind Haaland and Kuna. We've got the worst big chance conversion rate in the league at 17%.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, the manager's not the problem.
Yeah.
It's the quality. He can't kick the ball in the back of the net
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we had a better striker or had better wingers,
Yeah.
then that conversion rate would be higher, and therefore we'd have won more games.
Yeah.
Everything is okay, tactics, set up. It's just in that attacking third, we got it wrong in the summer.
Yeah.
That's
And
where
again,
it
if you can, and I know this is no disrespect to Leeds, but if you can survive this
Exactly.
season in the Premiership, then what you'd expect is that investment to come along, and then you can go to the next
Of
level.
course, yeah.
It is about survival.
100%.
At this rate, you might be able to get Isaac in January or something.
I won't mind
Get
that
in,
Voltamada, I tell you what, man.
Yeah, he's
doing
class,
bits,
isn't he?
yeah. He's done well for my fantasy team as well, I'll tell you that.
And so obviously expectations for the season, I guess just staying up
Stay
would
up, man.
be a
Stay up.
success, wouldn't it?
Yes, that's all I want.
I mean, like we were saying about Forest earlier, if you look at Forest, it's like they stayed up and then that just enabled them to push on the next season,
exactly.
didn't it, and stuff. I think it is now, with
And is
what's
it-
happened over the last 3-4 years with the same three
Yeah.
teams going down, it's like, it just... I mean, you see the Sunderland fans now, they're saying like they're going to win the league and stuff, you know. It's like...
Yeah, you might see a Macam in Milan next season.
yeah.
I get a few on my show, and I said to one yesterday, actually, I said, like, relax a bit. I said, you know, you're doing well, but you're talking as though you're top half, and that just relax a bit. Like, they're getting a little bit ahead
It just
of
reminds me of
international-
Blackpool. I said this before, when Blackpool came up and they just had an amazing start, and then it was like you could
Well,
just
you can-
it can
you-
turn so quickly,
You
can't
can
it?
lose. I mean, look at Wolves. I mean, they haven't won a game yet, have they?
No.
But that's how fast it can turn. If they pull together, if they get 3 or 4 wins in 5 or 6 games, and then as a team you lose 4 or 5 games, you soon get dragged.
Sunderland
into
have
stuff.
so many players at the African Cup of Nations as well. A lot of their new
Yeah, that's
signings
going to be
came
big.
in
And
massive.
I think I hate these international breaks.
Yeah.
Awful,
You know,
yeah.
from a football perspective. I mean, there's another one in November again,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
there? And that's not great for managers
Momentum.
of teams who've just been promoted.
They've
or
changed
tried
it
to
from
pro-
next year, haven't they?
Have they?
Yeah, so there's one in...
Going to do a big block or something, aren't
Yeah,
they?
so the September and October one is going to be put together, so it'll be 16 days, and then there'll be one in November.
So is that like you missed 3 weeks?
Yeah, 16 days, yeah. But at least it's better than
Yeah,
two
totally.
separate.
And also the European Euros are better than the bloody World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
The amount of crap and dross that you play.
Do you think? What do you think? Tuchel makes any changes to the squad for the next
Be-
international break?
Well, it'll be interesting. I think you bring Bellingham in.
I think he
well,
has to
he's
after
got
the
to.
press.
Because if he doesn't, he can't be taken into the next World Cup from a confidence point of view and a team.
I think
building
as well,
perspective.
like we played well in the games, but the Wales game we had a really good start, and then it was pretty dire. I mean, I'd be thinking now. I get you want to keep the togetherness, you want to keep this, but also you need to
he's got to start.
you
looking-
need to check. I want to see Grealish in person.
Yeah. Well,
I want to
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I want to see such and such in person.
He's
like-
either got to come out and say, "I'm taking Bellingham to the World Cup, but I'm going to look at X and Y."
Yeah.
But I think that it'll be disappointing if Grealish doesn't get an opportunity
Yeah.
based on the football he's playing this season.
That's
also, I
fair.
think how much we've spoke all about it before, but like, he's a game changer, isn't he? He
Yeah,
might. Not,
totally.
I probably wouldn't start him for England, but like, I've always
Well,
said, if you're winning a game 1-0, and you need to keep the ball, and there's 10 minutes left, just get Grealish on.
Yeah.
When you're under pressure, just give him the ball. He'll get fouled,
Yeah,
and it'll just slow the
100%.
game down.
Yeah.
Or if you
Well,
need a goal
he
and
gets fouled. He breaks the game up if you want him to, or he
and
I
like
think he deserves a
obviously
chance.
Watkins is injured. What striker do you take? Like who do you?
Well,
Solanke.
Calvert-Lewin?
Wilson.
Well, but you're right.
Voltamada?
Tony's not going to get a game. Tony's not going to get a game for England in my book if he's not
shouldn't.
playing in the Premiership.
He shouldn't. I mean, he's
But-
only
but-
scoring
but
penalties out in
again,
Saudi anyway.
If he's potentially going to come back to the Premiership, there might be an opportunity there. But I think we are struggling up front.
Really
Yeah.
struggling.
I think Delap getting injured. I think he'd be around the squad if
Yeah,
he
but that's
got
the problem.
injured.
Well, you've got
wouldn't he?
Delap, you've got Watkins, you've got players who are carrying injuries.
Is there anyone else? Is there any?
Solanke's
He's
was-
injured.
was
He's
the
just
other
had an
one, yeah.
operation. Is there any other
Gordon.
young strikers?
He's not, but it might be all we have.
Is there any like banging goals in the Championship that you could warrant her? Probably not, is there? Really? You know, it's like
Harry Maguire.
yeah, big Harry in there. I mean, you're lucky in a way. You got Rashford, you got Gordon,
I mean, Rashford,
Yeah.
Rashford
and the
is
bottom
the
line
one,
is you got Kane,
Yeah.
and he ain't getting dropped, is he? So it's
No.
like we're not in a. I
And
think
to be fair,
it's
the
your
season, the season he's having in general.
it's your succession plan now, isn't
Yeah,
it? You know,
that's
when
the
you
problem.
look that you add Lineker to Shearer to Owen to Rooney to Kane
Yeah.
to
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
coming through?
Delap.
Delap's the only one that springs to mind, isn't it?
Yeah, he's the
And
only
he
one.
hasn't, he hasn't really had that opportunity yet.
No, so
But if
yeah.
Kane gets injured before the World Cup, we're knackered.
Yeah,
Like, that's
Yeah,
it. That's the
Josh,
top and
that's
bottom, isn't it?
Spot on. I saw Dan. I don't know if you saw Dan Burnt. Dan Burnt came out before the whatever the game it was, and through the week, and he did an interview, and I tell you what, he was amazing. And I am biased because he's a Newcastle fan, but his interview was so professional for somebody who's new into the international scene. He just looked like he'd been there forever. It just fills you full of confidence playing for England or being in the squad, because it'll be interesting to see if he takes him or not.
I think
Yeah,
he might. And I think he might end up losing out to Maguire.
No.
He'll not bring Maguire back in.
I think he will. If he keeps having, if he
He'll not bring him back. There's no way.
might,
I think Burn should go. Like, I think
Yeah, I
it's
think
solid.
the fact that he's been, I think he'll take.
he might not go if he has to play half a season at left back for Newcastle.
Yes,
Yeah.
that'll be you're spot on there.
That might be a.
What about
an issue for him.
Livermento? Do you think he's got to go as well?
Yeah, he'll
if
be
he's
back
fit enough.
f-
Well,
as
I
long as he
think
stays
I
fit
think
when
if
he-
Lewis Hall and Livermento are fit, you take them.
Mm.
Well, they're both going to be back by Christmas, which means they'll have like half a season if they're fit,
Yeah.
which means they'll go.
Shane's got the inside track. You know something we don't know. He's back by Christmas. Lewis Hall should be back now. Is he was it a
No, I mean
hamstring?
back, like they'll be back playing fully fit. You know, hopefully back up to speed by Christmas. But all right, then fantasy football.
Yeah, what a week. I went wild card.
Did you?
Played your wild card, yeah, Joe?
I have, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most people play it after 2 or 3 weeks because you
Yeah.
just things
I
change
hung
so
on.
Yeah.
quickly, don't
I
they,
hung
at
on,
the
I
start?
dropped Salah.
So
Yeah.
I had 72 points this week, but if I'd have had Dubravka in goal instead, that would have
I
made
know.
a big
I
difference.
didn't pick Dubravka in the squad, and I should have done. I just thought, oh god.
Gabriel got me 12.
Yeah, I got 86 points.
Nice.
Haaland,
Played somebody called
Voltemade.
Ukulele as a left back from Sunderland, and he got 17 points for us. And
Where's that put you in the league now, Jeff?
oh, I'm flying in your league, mate. I'm now 951st.
I'm 613th.
What? How many?
You're
how many
still in-
points?
I got like 60. I had 24 points on the bench. And
That's class. Man.
Sick,
How many
man.
points did you have on the bench? I had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
wow.
Yeah, I had 10, 9 from Dubravka and 1 from Somerville.
Joe's the man in the fantasy football.
Yeah.
He joined
Man.
our league yet, but
No.
he's going to.
What do you
Nah.
have? 83.
83. Yeah. Game week 1, you know, we're 4th in the world.
And you've
Well,
got,
yeah.
And you've got Isaac in your team, you fucking idiot now, man.
Yeah. Game week 1 was the
Well,
one.
you're
I'll
flying now.
never-
Where are you in the league now? And you know 700.
That bench boosted on game week 1. I got 125 because I had Sunderland and Leeds. Yeah.
How can you get 125 points?
That was game week 1 though, and that's bench boost.
I thought we were putting. You put Vert in.
You should have
Game
had.
week 1 though.
Yeah, we all thought he was going to be good.
Brilliant. And have you changed your team much? That's a cracking team, that.
No,
Josh,
it's
imagine
changed
if you
now.
did
Seen that?
bench
The
boost
top
this
of the
week.
highest
I know,
score
yeah.
was
You'd laugh.
27 that week.
My team at the minute, I've made changes. I've taken out Gordon for Bruno Fernandes and Isak for Wood. That's my change.
You made your so I always try and put my changes off till the end of the week. just in
Sometimes you
case.
get price rises and that though, don't you?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, players go up and down
Yeah.
and stuff.
Just
so.
you know, nearly 60 man. Okay, now.
I do, to be honest, man. I do spend a lot of time looking at it and stuff. So
Yeah, well, like I say, I'm going for that manager of the month award. I've got 86 points this week.
nice.
So that's what. And I'm going to captain Haaland. I've got Voldemort in my team, but I just don't think he'll score more than Haaland this week.
do you not think? Who's City
We're
got?
playing Fulham and City are away to
Villa.
Villa.
But the thing is with Voltemade, right? What is it? Is it 4 consecutive goals now at St James's?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think it is. Yes.
yeah, with the cup game. Yeah,
He scored that many. We don't know.
No,
man.
yeah. No, but the thing is, I think there's a running theme happening here. And I think Shearer was like 15. I think I heard that on the podcast. Was it 15 consecutive goals
games
at
at
St James's?
St James's might have
Which
been,
is
yeah.
insane. But I just think there's a running theme here, and I think Voltemada's just going to continue scoring.
I
so
mean, he's
that's-
got. I have to say, you know, it's all about momentum again, isn't it? But
I mean, it's the only way.
everyone's right behind him.
Mm.
for
They've
more
got to
than
think
one
as well that like the thing that's like so great with him is he can score with his head. He can
Yeah.
score a flick.
Do you know that
He can
penalty?
score. Oh,
Oh, he's
Yeah, the
like he's
penalty
got
was
yeah, I don't
ridiculous.
want to do that every
everything.
fucking week.
It was brilliant,
God.
goal, man. It was unbelievable. That
But the
penalty.
goal at the weekend,
Yeah.
like it was fully 100,000,000% meant.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know, and then it's like he can score with his head. He can, you know, it's like, I mean, what?
I think as well, like, because of his character and how he is and that, as an opposing fan, like, I want him to
Yeah,
do
you
well,
like
do
him,
see
don't
what I'm
you?
saying?
He's just-
Especially what happened with Isak as well.
Yeah.
Because even, I think he's a tit, you know what I mean? But, like, seeing, yeah, how he is and stuff, he don't look like a footballer,
No,
I
he
don't know,
don't.
he just
No.
like...
He does when he's he has got that nonchalance. Sort
Yeah,
of,
that's what I'm
when
saying,
He's on the
yeah.
pitch, he's just
Yeah.
looking, and he's
And his
got
interviews.
the smallest coughs in the Premiership.
And his interviews as well, and he's just like.
Yeah, man.
Did
He's
you
just
see?
a young lad,
I was
isn't he?
telling.
Yeah.
I was telling Josh. Did you see he did an interview and said that when he moved over here, one of his mates moved with him. And they had a pact in their friendship group that whichever one of the friends was single would have to move with him if he got
Oh,
to move
really?
abroad.
Oh, brilliant!
So his mates come and moved over with him, and it was on Twitter. I saw it. The replies were thirsty as shit. Just a load of Geordie girls like, "Hey Nick, hey Nick, how you doing?" I was like, he was.
Oh, God.
I was like, he's gonna be having a big shock when he's down Big
And
Market.
there's one guy going down the big market.
Yeah.
He's like 12 foot taller. Than
Yeah, you're not
everybody
gonna
else.
miss him, are you?
You see him get on the EasyJet train from plane from Belfast.
No,
Now it was a Sunderland player, must have played for I don't know, Islanders.
Northern Ireland, yeah.
And there was him. Voldemort was on the front of the plane. You know, EasyJet, Belfast International Airport. Classic.
Good on him. Good on him. Cool. Well, that's it for today. So yeah, thanks for coming on, Joe. Been good to learn more about Dirty Leeds and
Dirty Leeds.
I'll be
You
doing
gotta
that.
go Leeds.
Yeah, I'm doing that to any Leeds
It's funny,
fans I
I've got
see.
a friend from Barnsley Miles who he does that.
Yeah.
And I didn't
Leeds,
realise
Leeds,
that was a
Leeds.
thing.
Yeah, that's what we all do. It's like the nod and then...
Love it. Cool. Nice one.
Class.